Listen, we live in a world that's addicted to noise, where many people are terrified of silence. We check our phones the moment that we wake up, and we fill all of our commutes with music or podcasts, and we even fall asleep to the glow of the screens. We treat silence like it's an enemy, like a void that must be filled. But what if silence isn't empty? What if silence is actually full? What if the answer to all of the questions you've been asking, for the direction, for the purpose, the clarity, have been answering you all along, but you've just been too loud to hear them? I want to welcome you to part 3 of the Architecture of Awakening. I'm Jeremiah Van Wagner. Many people know me as Truth J Blue or just Blue. And we have already unveiled our face in the mirror of glory. And we have dismantled the construct of the ego and its systems of limitations. And now we arrive at the most delicate and crucial skill of a master: attunement. Today, we are talking about the frequency of silence. Let me ask you a question. When was the last time that you sat in a room without any distractions and just listened? I'm not talking about to music, not even to a guided track, but to the hum of your own existence. See, many of you are waiting for a sign. You're looking for this lightning bolt in the sky, or a burning bush, or even the writing on the wall. But the divine intelligence that created you rarely shouts. It doesn't need to shout because it already exists within you. Today, we are going to learn how to tune our spiritual ear to that still small voice within us and to distinguish it from the noise and all of the chaos. And after the earthquake, a fire. But the Lord was not in the fire. And after the fire, a still small voice. Let's look at the prophet Elijah. He was a powerhouse, yet he was exhausted and hiding in a cave, waiting on God to show up. And what happened? There was a great whirlwind that tore through the mountains and tore them apart. Drama. An earthquake shook the ground. Chaos. And then a fire consumed everything. Destruction. Remember, the ego loves all of these things. The ego is addicted to the earthquake because it loves the drama. It loves saying, my life is falling apart. The fire, I have to fix this emergency right now. See, the ego gets caught up, and we often mistake these high levels of emotion for spirituality because we think if it's intense, it must be God. Yet the scripture, it says that the Lord was not in the wind. He was not in the earthquake. He was not in the fire. Where was he? He was in the gentle blowing sound of the wind. Some translations call it a sheer silence. See, this is the physics of the divine. The highest power operates at the most subtle frequency. God rarely in the dramatic intervention. He is in the subtle intuition. He is in the peace that makes no sense at all. If you are looking for God in the noise of your panic, you are looking in the wrong place. See, the Spirit lives in the whisper. Read, my sheep listen to his voice. He knows them, and they follow him. This brings us to the question of recognition. How do you know if a thought is from God or if it's just your own fear, your mother's criticism, or society's pressure. See, Jesus said, "My sheep listen to my voice." Intimacy breeds recognition. Like if your best friend was to give you a call on the phone from a number that you didn't know, the moment that you hear their voice, once they speak one word, you know it's them. Why? Because you know the frequency of their voice. And there are many voices in your head. They're always talking, a constant blur, a constant hum. The voice of fear, it tells you, be careful, you might fail. The voice of ego says, you need to prove them wrong. And the voice of shame tells you that you're not good enough and you're not worthy. But you must know in your heart what Christ says. And I'm talking about the Christ consciousness, the mind of Christ, what it has taught us. And I interpret that voice very clearly for you today. See, when I read the words in red, what the shepherd speaks, what he says is that you are a powerful, creative, spiritual being capable of accomplishing anything that you can imagine and believe. Does the voice that you're hearing empower you? Does it remind you of your creative potential? Does it speak of love and possibility? If not, it's not the shepherd. It's just static. And behold, a voice came to him and asked, "What are you doing here, Elijah?" 1 Kings chapter 19, verse 13. When Elijah finally heard that silence, he did something profound. He wrapped his face in his mantle and went to stand at the entrance of the cave. And he stepped out of hiding, and then the voice asked him, "What are you doing here?" The divine often speaks in questions, not because it doesn't know the answer, but because you need to know the answer. The Creator desires closeness with us, not distance. It wants a personal relationship with you. But to have that, your higher self must be awakened and activated. The question, what are you doing here? It's really asking, why are you hiding in this cave of fear when you were born to stand on the mountaintops? You were born to dominate. Why are you hiding? Why are you in fear? See, your higher self is ready to come out and come online. It's ready to be activated. But it requires the quiet confidence to stand at the entrance of the cave. Become exposed, vulnerable, open, yet listening. You cannot awaken while you are distracted. You can only awaken when you are attentive. So let's try this practice right here. Let's try practice right now. What I want to do is I want you to take this practice into your week, right? And I'm going to challenge you to do a fast, but I'm challenging you to do a silence fast. I want for you to, sometime over the next 24 hours, I want you to carve out 20 minutes where you disconnect from everything. I'm talking about no phones, no music, no TV, no books. I'm talking about sitting in a chair or sitting outside or standing outside and just imagine yourself kind of like Elijah. Wrap your face in your mantle and turn your attention inward so that you can connect with the kingdom, connect with the divine, connect with your higher self. See, let the wind of your thoughts blow and let the earthquake of your anxiety shake. and let the fire of your to-do list and the constant, why I need to do this, oh, I forgot to do this, let all of that burn away. And do not engage with any of it for 20 minutes. Just wait and let all of the thoughts pass. They'll come. Some of them will even try to make you move. You have to remain present for until your timer goes off. You're going to have to set a timer to do this, because you have to erase the thoughts and allow all the thoughts, observe them and let them pass. And then listen for what's left. And listen for the gentle blowing sound. You know, that voice that reminds you that you are powerful, that you are capable, that you belong to God. When that voice tells you, you are mine, what are we going to create today? You know, the noise of the world is always going to be there. The question is, do you have the discipline to tune it out so that you can tune in to that still small voice? Once you hear that voice, everything changes. Because once you hear the orders from the headquarters, that's when you will be ready to take the field. Make sure that you join me for the final session, part 4, where we will pick up all of our weapons and we will move from simply listening into mastery. I want you to go in peace, practice that silence for 20 minutes, and make sure you check out that next video, part 4. And I'll see you there. Peace.